As for Arsenal, can I honestly ask you this? How would you view their season if they don't get any silverware? They seem to be under intense pressure. The last time they picked up a major trophy was the FA Cup in Mikel Arteta's first season. Well, not even his first season, his first half season in charge of the club.
I don't know. I don't know how they're thinking and what they want necessarily. They've never really put themselves out there to say we're 100% chasing the silverware. They've always kind of been able to hide behind the fact that Manchester City are so strong, and it's so difficult to knock them off their perch. But I think it will hurt the fact that it's looking more likely that it's not going to be the case this year.
It's still Champions League. I mean, I know they've got a tough second leg in the League Cup as well, Sharpie, but how desperate would they be to pick up any silverware?
Well, I don't think the Premier League's out of the reach yet. It's only 6 points, and you know the game in hand.
Potentially 9.
Well, I know that, but the game in hand that Liverpool have got is the Merseyside derby, the last game at Goodison. You know, Everton will be scrapping like dogs in that game, and we've seen leagues. You know, you don't win anything in January, and we've seen leagues won and lost with a lot bigger points difference than what's there at the moment. So. They're still not out of it. There's still a few twists and turns, a long way to go. But I do think if they don't take any silverware this year, then Mikel Arteta could be under huge pressure to keep his job.
Because the fans are starting to appear a bit frustrated at times. They were groaning against the Manchester United during the Manchester United game. That is.
Well, I think since Arteta's been there, the club's made great progress. I think the first step was they needed to get back into regular Champions League football, and that's happened now. They're back there. They finished second in the league in the last 2 seasons, so they're really knocking on the door. But when you're a club the size of Arsenal, I think you need to pick up silverware. There are opportunities. You know, there's the FA Cup, there's the League Cup. I think the Premier League is still, you know, the toughest one, in particular when you look at
the FA Cup is no more. Let's not forget.
Well, yes, of course. So that's one that's out of the way for them, and okay, they're in the semi-final of the League Cup, but you know, finding themselves behind against Newcastle over a 2-legged situation. So, yeah, Arteta does need to start winning some trophies. But it's not as if there's a shed load of trophies available every year. And the competition is higher than ever, and it's more and more competitive. And so I think it's really difficult to win trophies, full stop. But having said that, Arsenal have to do it because of the stature of the club and the money they spend and what's invested.
It just, looking at some of his responses, it feels like he is feeling the pressure. There was a press conference maybe 2-3 weeks ago where they asked about this, about the lack of trophies. And he said, no, we've won Community Shields. You're laughing, but it's true. He said it during the press conference.
I love it. It's just boosted my CV. That's why I love it.
So how many trophies did you win now, Sharpie?
A couple extra now.
A couple extra. So do you count that as a major trophy?
Well, I do if he does. I never have done, but if he does, then why not?
Do you count it as a major trophy?
I personally, I would. I'd love to have done it. I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. Okay.
I didn't win a Community Shield.
Joe? Does that count?
I think I won one more still was there, but it's not. Look, it's nice to have a list of honours, and obviously I think they beat Manchester City to win it, which would have been important. But look, I think he knows full well that if and when they win the trophy, that we all class as a proper one, being the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, or the Champions League or a Europa League, that'll be far more prominent on his CV.
Yeah.